Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra March 15, 2023. The moon moves out of your sign and into your resources sector, which can settle emotions and improve productivity. Your mind is sharp for inspired ideas for making money or sorting out personal matters today and tomorrow, especially making them work in the real world. It's also a powerful time for authenticity, particularly in your relationships, partnerships, dating life, with children, and in your creative or leisure world. You're more realistic and attract this energy into your circle. Your increased self-discipline reflects well on you and your relationships. You feel stronger and more fulfilled. You want to be productive today and are, fortunately, very resourceful. Of all the zodiac signs, you certainly carry a gladiator's spirit. Yet, you also know intuitively how to go with the rhythms of the universe. Your nature knows that life is not always what it seems. As mighty Mars, your planetary co-ruler, reaches the final act of his retrograde phase, known as the post-shadow period, your zest for life will amplify significantly. This means that you've gotten the cosmic green light to continue to proceed in your personal or romantic life without any of the tricky situations that riddled the previous few months. Don't worry about confusion or miscommunication going forward. Things should coast along fluidly as long as you learned your lessons. Prosperity will come your way if you believe it. Have hope that your financial matters and that the value of your work will be recognized when the moon enters abundant Sagittarius today. There might be an increase in your security if you maintain a positive attitude. But you may need to overcome any doubts or lack of faith in the financial value of your creative endeavors when the moon squares Saturn in Pisces. Think of this square as the perfect opportunity to confidently ask for what you deserve since you are a talented professional. Just having the moon in your income sector is getting the new working week off to a good start, and especially with things starting to reach a critical point on the job front. With Venus leaving your work sector in 3 days but Mercury returning over the weekend and the Sun next week, the moon is both sharpening your nose for money and acting as a positive trigger on the income and job fronts today, but in a way that is just a taste of things to come. Shyness can sometimes be a problem for you. The problem being that other people mistake your shyness for smug confidence. You may not even recognize your shyness if you have been this way all your life. Consider coming forward with your uncertainty. Those around you will be more than willing to help. If you want to try a new type of workout but are afraid to do it alone, ask a friend to try it with you. Or find an app where you can ask a trainer to explain different exercises and how you best could do them. You could be surprised how much people like to part with their advice. While you may not like cleaning up, you probably appreciate having everything orderly. As tedious as tidying can be, most 8s need to know where their belongings are, and be able to move freely in their environments. People with a lot of energy generally need a lot of space. If you've been feeling claustrophobic lately, or frustrated when moving about, take the added organization that this day brings, and get things placed the way you like them. With the Sun still 7 days away from your work sector and working until then to make his remaining time in a playful and creative part of your chart count, things are already working up ahead of his return. However, while Mercury returns to your work sector later in the week with a chance to get your head in the game, and the Sun returning to put the solar spotlight on your work situation and job matters next week, this frees Venus to make her final days here more about the what than the when, where, and how. Whether it was the asteroid Juno's return to your relationship sector over the weekend ahead of Venus' return later in the week, or Saturn's first full week in your romantic sector in 3 decades, there is something exciting brewing on both fronts. With Saturn here now until 2026 and your luckiest year for love in over a decade just 2 months away, the love and relationship gods are set to become a lot more active. Our eyes in the sky. As individuals, we often find ourselves juggling several roles and responsibilities, each with its unique set of demands and expectations. The cumulative effect of these demands can be overwhelming, making it seem like we're being forced into different roles in our lives. These responsibilities can sometimes feel daunting, leaving us feeling helpless and unsure of what to do next. However, in the midst of all these challenges lies an opportunity to rise above the chaos and take charge of our lives. The intense astrological aspects that we're currently experiencing call for us to put our foot down and assert our authority over our circumstances. The moon's powerful influences help to strengthen us, providing us with the strength and courage we need to tackle the challenges that come our way. During this phase of contemplation that lasts throughout the day, we have plenty of time to reflect and evaluate our lives. It's an ideal time to cut through difficult issues and accept ourselves, flaws and all. This period of introspection and self-reflection allows us to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves, helping us to navigate our lives with greater confidence and purpose. So, even though the challenges we face may seem insurmountable at times, it's essential to remember that we have the power within us to overcome them. With the moon's energy bolstering our resolve, we can rise to the occasion and emerge stronger, more confident, and more self-aware than ever before. As the clock strikes midnight, the moon begins its journey through the adventurous sign of Sagittarius, finally breaking free from its void-of-course phase that had started late the previous night. For the next couple of days, our focus shifts towards personal liberation and freedom, as we seek to expand our horizons and broaden our perspectives. During this time, our worldview undergoes a significant transformation, encouraging us to explore new ways of experiencing the mundane aspects of life. Our beliefs are no longer set in stone but instead evolve in response to new discoveries and interactions with diverse people. As our perspective shifts, we become more open to novelty, and our rigid dogmas give way to the possibility of new and exciting experiences. However, it's essential to note that the optimistic energy of the Sagittarius moon can sometimes lead us down a path of recklessness. We may feel invincible and believe that success is inevitable, prompting us to rush headlong into a quest without adequate preparation or caution. In such cases, our overconfidence can lead to disastrous consequences. Therefore, it's crucial to strike a balance between our optimism and our quest for truth and meaning. We need to approach our search for personal freedom and greater understanding with a healthy dose of caution and introspection. We should not abandon our quest for greater knowledge and experiences, but rather check our enthusiasm and evaluate our options carefully. In conclusion, the Sagittarius moon offers us an opportunity to explore new horizons and discover exciting possibilities. However, we must be mindful of the potential pitfalls that come with this transit and strive to strike a balance between our optimism and our rationality. By doing so, we can navigate this transformative phase with greater confidence and emerge wiser and more enlightened. Shortly following this, the moon squares off with Saturn in Pisces, thwarting our idealistic perspective. We immediately run up against some form of limitation or restriction that instills us with self-doubt. A dream is dashed, but it may be for the best. Disappointment, in this instance, can save us from our bubble bursting after we've invested much more of our time and energy. It's okay to nurse distraught feelings. In fact, it's recommended. Seeing this situation for what it is will help you to move on faster than you would if you ignored the lesson.